Hey guys, Henry here, and today I'm going to be talking about Inside Out. So Inside Out is the latest Pixar movie. The central character of this story is an 11-year-old girl named Riley, whose family has moved their lives from Minnesota to San Francisco. So it is a stressful and volatile time for Riley. She's moving to a new school, she doesn't have many friends, she feels like an outsider. And this movie explores what happens in the control room of Riley's mind, which are controlled by emotions, joy, sadness, disgust, anger, and fear. The basic gist of this movie is that joy and sadness get lost in Riley's outskirts of her mind and they're trying to make it back to the control room. Meanwhile, the other three are trying to maintain Riley's state of mind and make sure that she doesn't go crazy. I don't want to delve too much into the story plot itself because the story is so smart and clever, and when you watch it, it's probably best to go in with a really fresh mind. The story plot of this movie and the metaphors are beautiful. Everything in this movie just made sense. Why things were a certain way, they just made sense to you. The creators of this film were so smart and creative, and they basically had an answer for every question you could think of. And everything that goes on in your head was explained with such simplicity and brilliance. I love the emotion characters. They each had their moment in the sun, but they also had their flaws and their weaknesses. They weren't one-dimensional characters. They would do something too much or do something not enough. And you could see the relationship and dynamic between the five of them as well. Each character brought something unique and different to the table. Every single little detail and every single action in this movie had a meaning. I think it's so beautiful when there are little things in a movie that come up later and it makes you realize that it had a purpose all along. It's not something silly like a fart noise or someone dying or just something out of the blue just because. This movie was so enjoyable. There were lots of laughs and it was really relatable. At my age, of course, I've gone through what it's like to be a 10-year-old, 11-year-old through a volatile time when you're questioning life, you've left your comfort zone. And I think this really comes into play when it reaches out towards mature audiences. This movie is really not made for mature audiences, but it's such a mature movie that basically anyone can enjoy it. From like 5 years old to like 100. And of course, the movie itself is exploring the emotions, and the movie does such a great job drawing out your own emotions, finding relatable content and making you relate to it and comparing it and reflecting it with your own life. And I think this is beautiful. It makes you think about yourself and what's going on inside your head. And of course, this movie has laughs, but also it has tears. And I'm not gonna lie, but I did cry in this movie. This movie is definitely gonna go down as one of Pixar's classics. It's gone back to its mature content with its playful setting, like in Toy Story 3 and Up. And it's definitely a movie that adults will enjoy just as much as, or if not more, than kids. Any flaws in this movie? I can't really think of too many flaws in this movie. You really have to rack your brain because this movie was just so enjoyable and you just sit back and just take it all in. There were some bits where I would scratch my head and just be like, come on man, like that's a bit of a stretch. And the beginning was a little bit slow, but other than that, you can't really flaw this movie. This movie definitely reached and surpassed my expectations. I really enjoyed this movie. It was a great time and an emotional roller coaster, and it has a brilliant lesson behind it. And after the movie, you find yourself reflecting, if my mind was like that, what would mine look like? What would be going on inside my head? And what are my core memories? What are my values? And also on a quick note, do not leave the cinema as soon as the credits roll because there's some excellent stuff right after it. It really made the movie for me. Like, throughout the whole movie I was thinking, oh, I just want a bit more, and then at the end it gave it to me. I think that if you have a heart, you most likely will like this movie. It really hits you in the feels. I would say that Pixar's Inside Out was such a good movie that I would buy the Blu-ray, buy any merchandise, buy McDonald's Happy Meals if they had the Inside Out toys, and just throw money at Pixar. No, but seriously, this movie was really good, and it was definitely one of the best movies that I've seen this year. Thanks for watching this video. Please comment your thoughts on Inside Out so I can have a read. If you like this video, be sure to give me a big thumbs up and share this with your friends. And if you want to see more of my reviews, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I've got another channel called Clowd TV where I make skits and travel videos and other stuff. So if you want to see more of me, be sure to click that link and hopefully you'll subscribe there as well. And I'll see you guys next time.